Okay, this is the new electric cart that we've designed here. It's took us a couple of years to get it built, but it's made to take half the labor out of doing your job on the truck. And this here, what I call the third hand right here, it's on here so when you rack the load back or when you put it forward, it's going to keep it from tumbling. And the wheels on the outside with the white on them, it's a shield, so when you're going up the ramp or down the ramp, it won't run off the ramp. It can't, it literally keeps it on the ramp. And the multi-directional wheels, when he tips it back here, they carry the cart. There's two positions. The first position is when you're like just driving around and going into stores or stuff, and the second position comes back further, so when you're going down the ramp, that the load won't go forward. So you can go ahead and okay. Now when he went back, he hit reverse and it brings it right back. Now here you're going to have to put that down to the second position. That way when they're going down the ramp, the load doesn't go forward on you. And the white, like I say, the white shields on the side, they'll keep it from running off the ramp. And then when you get to where you want to go, you can either pick it up or you can leave it down in the lower position. Now he's coming up in the lower position. But you can turn the cart sideways on the ramp and the wheels will not run off the ramp. The shields on there keep it from coming off. Now here you can just take the third hand off and hit reverse and it brings it out from underneath the load. And you can go real slow and it'll reload the cart. And when he tips it back, he just puts it in forward gear and holds on a little bit and the cart just kind of scoops underneath the load. But the cart, the battery will unload the whole load. We figure a 42,000 pound load that if they put 400 pounds in the cart, it'll be roughly 105 times to unload the whole truck. And the battery is enough, it's enough battery there that it'll actually unload 2 trucks before you would have to recharge it. Now, I'll show you. I'm a little older than my boy, and I don't have any trouble running this cart. Like I say, when you get to, like when you're going down the ramp though, from the truck, you'll have to put it down in the lower position, and then you can go down, and if you got to stop it, just hit reverse, and you can put the cart over to the edge right there, and you can see that the cart will not climb the rail with the shields on there. It's UHMW plastic. And I'm 77 years old and I don't really have any trouble with the cart, whether it's putting it up or whether it's bringing it back down. And if you hit reverse as you're standing there, it'll just kind of put the cart up in position for you. And then you can take what I call the third hand, you can take it off and unload the load. Well, I better stick it right here. Okay. This is the kill switch on it. And this little green LED light, it tells you what the capacity of the battery is. It's green till it's about 30% down, and then it'll go on red till it's about 20% battery left, and then when it starts blinking red, you want to stop and plug it into the charger. But it should run 2 loads before you ever have to unload it or charge it. And the battery should last 15 to 20 years. They say you can discharge it 3,000 times at a full discharge, and we're only going to discharge it about 35%. So when I talked to the battery people, they said if you're going to recharge it after 35%, the battery would probably last 20 years. And the transaxle is good for 20 or 25 years for what we're using it for, because it's kind of an overkill transaxle. Same with the motor. That's why we don't use near as much amperage. The motor is bigger than it needs to be for what they told us. We told the people in Italy what we're going to do with this transaxle, and they said you don't really need an 800-watt motor, but we still put it on because this way you're never working the motor when you're even in a full load. And we only have 250 pounds on here, but you can put some of the guys are going to load her heavy, and it'll handle it. It has the capacity of whatever you can get on this cart, that the motor will take her down the ramp and into the store. So it's built to last a long, long time. So I think that, and by taking 50% of the labor out of unloading a truck, you're going to not wear the guys out, because once these guys do it the hard way, where they're pushing the cart around, they're going to wear themselves out, and if they have to be repaired in any way, it costs a lot of money to get knees replaced or a shoulder replaced. So the workman's comp that this thing will save in time will more than pay for the cart a lot of times. So it's built to last a long time. And like I say, we spent over 2 years getting this thing developed, and we've tried to figure everything that the people use it for, and we've tried to build everything kind of overkill. This way you don't ever have to worry about, having it break down on the job. And then there's a little black box on the inside that monitors everything. So if you thought there was anything wrong, we have a special app that we're going to have that you can put on your phone, that you can record it and then send it to our engineer, and he'll know right away if there's anything wrong. So, and if you would have to switch out some of the controls on the inside, there's a box on the inside that contains most of the controls, and it takes about 30 minutes by the time you pull the front off here. You pull this top off right here, and this here UHMW comes right out. You take it out, and you can pull. It takes about, like I say, about 30 minutes to replace the electric box in there. And the other things in there is a charger. And then the port on the side right here, this is where you open this up. Now you can plug in 110. If you don't want to, we have an inverter that goes with this thing that you can put on your trailer. So it will take your 12 volts on your trailer, and it will jump it up to 24 and charge at 10 amps per hour. So by the time you leave to get to your first stop or on the way home, it's usually quite a while, because they usually go quite a long ways, but the trailer could actually maintain the battery in this here without ever having to take it inside. So, and the inverter has a safety device on it, so that if your truck is not running, it won't run either. That way it doesn't run your battery down your truck. So we've tried to think of everything that we could that would save save you a lot of problems, and just be there to work and get the job done. And the warranty, we're going to warranty the electronics for 3 years. The battery, people say they're going to warranty their battery for 10 years. And I think we'll probably warranty the transaxle for 5 years, but the guys from Italy said for what we're using it for, it'll probably last 20, 25 years, because we're not, this transaxle right here is capable of pulling a trailer with 6,600 pounds on it. So, and for what little bit of weight we're moving around with this, the transaxle, it's not working at all. And that's the same way with the motor. The motor is big enough so when you are even under load, it's not working at all. And at the end of an average load, you should use about 2.5 hours to get it unloaded, and you use about 16, 17 amps out of that battery. It's a 50 amp battery. So you could unload a couple loads without ever charging it, or you could keep it charged as you're going down the road in the trailer with a plug that's wired to this here inverter, that wherever you're going to position this here cart in your trailer as you're going from stop to stop, you could just plug it in either on the way to going somewhere, on the first stop, or on the way home, because they're usually a couple hours away from home. So, and if you forget to turn your switch off here, in about 10 minutes, it automatically shuts off by itself, and that's all you'll have to do is, hit it back in and pull it back out, and then you can go again in about 4 or 5 seconds. So that's pretty much what the machine will do. It will last a long time.